Salutations everyone, this is Razor13 here giving you Modern Warfare 3 thoughts and analysis, and today we're going to be going over to the Tier 3 perks. It's the last tier slot and for the perks, and these are the nice little yellow guys, the unsung heroes, if you will. And what you might notice first off, that the Tier 3 perks, it is revolutionary in the Call of Duty series. In Modern Warfare 3. This may not be obvious to you right off the bat, but take a look at what perks we have. There's, nothing super special about what these perks are, but realize what is not there. For the first time ever in a Call of Duty video game that has perks, there is no super newbie, bitchy, loser badass perk that is out there for all the noobs to use. There's no overpowered third tier perk for the first time. There's no martyrdom that ruined COD 4. There's no second chance or last stands that was in World at War and totally ruined Black Ops. There's no commando that totally ruined Modern Warfare 2, maybe not as much as, one-man army noob tubes, but, that's debatable for some people. These were all really annoying perks that broke the game, that only bad players used. You never saw, someone with a, 2.74 KD using, one-man army dangerous close noob tubes, or you never saw someone with a 3.0 KD in Black Ops use second chance. Good players didn't use second chance. Good players didn't use martyrdom in COD 4. Good players didn't use commando. This super overpowered, incredibly annoying perk that only black players used because it was so overpowered, and there was no counter to absolutely every single one of these. You couldn't counter a commando, you couldn't counter martyrdom, and you couldn't counter second chance unless you had a shotgun after the patch. But it's totally different than any other Call of Duty game that has perks, and so it's going to be really interesting to see how this perk slot is used. It's going to be interesting to see what perk that the noobs use, and let's get it going. Sitrep is the first perk that you unlock. Exactly how it was from Modern Warfare 2, you can detect all enemy equipment, be that claymores, bounce betties, or tactical insertions, even C4s. And the pro version allows you to hear enemy footsteps louder. It'll be interesting to see how this acts with dead silence, because the Sitrep Pro in Modern Warfare 2 did not counter Ninja Pro very well when it came to hearing enemy footsteps louder. That was counterbalanced by completely silent enemy footsteps from Ninja Pro. There's no way to... the difference between having Sitrep Pro in Modern Warfare 2 as opposed to not having Sitrep Pro when it came to hearing enemy footsteps, I could not discern a very significant difference. And a lot of people complain about people that sound whore with Ninja or a dead silence and want to be able to way to counteract this. So maybe Sitrep will be this counter to dead silence, and that's the second perk here. Of course, you move more silently. Your footsteps and your actions are more silent, and the pro version is no fall damage. I was really disappointed here for Dead Silence Pro that there was no, ability to stay off heartbeat sensors like there was in Modern Warfare 2. There really isn't more of a way of being a ninja than being completely silent, and if your heartbeat is going so friggin' loud that some little electronic device can detect it, that doesn't seem very ninja-like or dead silent to me. But they had to put that into Assassin, so if you want to stay off heartbeat sensors, you were absolutely forced to use Assassin. And I've said it before, guys, and I'll say it again, heartbeat sensors are going to be a problem in Modern Warfare 3. Especially with the attachments to proficiency that will allow players to put on a silencer and a heartbeat sensor, and it's just going to be a really bitchy way to play the game. But Dead Silence in Modern Warfare 3, you're definitely going to see more people using this than they use Ninja and Black Ops, because the sound was so terrible in Black Ops, and you can expect better sound from Modern Warfare 3 like you did in Modern Warfare 2, like you did in COD 4. The sound quality is a lot more better. And so you're going to be seeing more people use Dead Silence, especially in game modes such as like Search and Destroy, or Free For All, or even like Team Deathmatch or Domination. I'm going to be using this perk a lot more often because I loved using Ninja in Modern Warfare 2 because it was such a good perk. It's really awesome for people that have headsets and like to sound horror like myself. It's not a bitchy way of playing the game, guys. I don't understand why people complain about people that have headsets and use dead silence and like to sound horror. It's a tool that is available to absolutely every single player, and it helps you in the game. And it's, it's not like Commando or Second Chance. It's not something completely unfair. It's just someone utilizing a very essential part of the game, the sound, to their advantage. You wouldn't complain about using, your eyes to play the game, so why complain about someone who can use their ears? So, dead silence, it's going to be pretty cool. No fall damage, pretty nice. I mean, they could have put something totally less useful in there. And so if you're jumping off a platform that would give you fall damage and give you that loud crunch, that might be lessened because there is no fall damage. And with Commando Pro, you never heard a loud crunch after falling from a great distance. So this will keep you even more silent, which is really nice. And so, that's dead silence, guys. And next up, we have Stalker. Really interesting. I like this. They put in a completely brand new perk in Stalker in that you have faster movement while aiming down sights, and the Pro version allows you to delay claymores, which is also pretty cool, kind of like a Scrambler Pro from Modern Warfare 2. And so Stalker is going to be really useful for rushers with SMGs or shotguns, and that you can move faster while aiming down sights. So this is going to be very crucial when going around corners for those close quarter engagements. And it'll be really interesting to see either steady aim or Stalker is better for rushing. Of course, one's going to be better for different playstyles and with different weapons, but I like that they put Stalker in here. I'm definitely going to use this as soon as I can to see how beneficial it is, and I'll definitely let you guys know. It's pretty cool that you can delay claymores. So let's say you don't want to run blast shield and you want to run quick draw or assassin or hardline, just like tier perk, but you still want to have some sort of counter to people that camp with claymores. So you can put on Stalker and it'll delay that claymore trip, and you'll be able to get to those campers sitting by their claymores without having to worry about getting killed by the claymores themselves. And if you don't want to use blast shield, this is a nice ulterior perk that you can use in the third tier perk slot to stay away from getting killed by claymores. So that's really cool, and it's nice to see this new perk, and I'll definitely be using it. No word on how much faster you can move while aiming down sights, but it's definitely going to be significant, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays into the game. And next up we have Marksman, which is its initial ability is totally different to the Call of Duty franchise, in that you can tag targets from long range. And we've seen this in previous first-person shooter titles such as Battlefield or Homefront, and that was a pretty neat way of playing those games, and it's nice to see Call of Duty borrow from other games, and it's a really nice little ability, and the Pro version has you hold breath longer. So this is definitely your scout sniper class that you're going to see me using when I snipe. This is going to be my third perk of choice. Of course, you're going to see most snipers run steady aim for their YY360 Loudstar no scopes cross map, because they think it's going to be really cool to no scope people, and you're gonna be some snipers going to be using dead silence so they can stay off of people using their headsets. But for snipers like me, you're going to be seeing me use this perk, Marksman, to tag targets from long range, and I always like the ability to hold my breath longer, especially for really long ranges of sight, people head glitching and camping. So it's really nice to be able to hold your breath a lot longer, to zero in on your enemy and anticipate their movements to a much longer duration. And I like using this to my advantage, and the ability to mark targets from long range, totally awesome. I used steady aim in Modern Warfare 2 for the longer breath in the Pro version, and I used Scout in Black Ops for the longer breath, as well as the faster weapon swapping. But this is really cool that you can tag targets from any range. This is a counter to Assassins, so if you really don't like Assassin players, Recon can counter this, as well as Marksman. If there's no way for an Assassin player to counteract being tagged by a Marksman, I have no idea on how marksman is going to be implemented, and that's how they're going to show up for what duration, and what way they're going to show up on your minimap. Are they just going to blink as if they're firing, or is there going to be like a triangle or something like there was in Homefront? But who knows? It's definitely going to be nice. This nice little ability to tag targets so that your teammates can get them. If you don't have a clear shot with whatever weapon you're using, you can still tag them, and any of your teammates closer to the enemy that has a better engagement due to their shorter range, they'll be able to take them out. And so that'll be really nice for sniper or anyone else using any other weapon. Who knows how effective this will be with, say, like assault rifles or SMGs, if this is going to be a good enough perk for someone to use without having to use a sniper rifle. But you're going to be using it with my my Barrett 50 cal, and so that's going to be really cool. The last perk is steady aim for you to unlock, and it's exactly how it was in Black Ops. Tighter hip accuracy when firing from the hip, and the pro version allows you to ready your weapon faster after sprinting, which was really awesome. I loved using this with shotguns, especially the Spaz 12. Rushing around corners and along the edges of the map, being able to ready my weapon faster, and with the tighter hip spread accuracy, I didn't need to waste my time aiming down sights and lining up a shot. Rush around a corner, ready my weapon faster, fire from the hip with a SMG or a shotgun, and you can win most of those gun battles, which is really cool, especially with the better connection that I assume we're going to be having in Modern Warfare 3 as opposed to Black Ops, which had the shittiest connection of any Call of Duty like ever. And so steady aim, really cool. It's going to be nice to have the ability to run steady aim and sleight of hand, which you couldn't do in Black Ops, that you could do in Modern Warfare 2. That was a really nice lethal combination. And when you combine sleight of hand, steady aim, and quick draw, and you're rushing around with SMG or shotgun, there's going to be very little excuse for you to die, because you're going to have your advantage in absolutely every single gunfight. Outside of there being claymores, grenades, or a spy plane or UAV up in the air. If you run, sleight of hand, steady aim, or stalker, and quick draw, really lethal combination, and it's going to be really nice. I'm going to be using steady aim. You're going to see a lot of people using it more in this game because of the better pistols as well as machine pistols. Akimbo those, those Glocks or those Scorpions or what have you, using steady aim and sleight of hand is going to be a really nice lethal combination. So those are the third tier perks, guys. Really, really interesting because there is no uber noob perk like Commando, Martyrdom, or Second Chance that the noobs are going to use. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they're going to use, what the bad players are going to use. There's no third tier perk that's super overpowered and uncounterable for them to fall back on. So you might be seeing the noobs using Dead Silence to stay away from the good players that like to sound whore. You might be seeing them using sit rep to stay away from claymores and bouncing betties. You might be seeing them use steady aim. So it really frees up what everyone can do, which is always a nice thing in any Call of Duty. So I really like that Modern Warfare 3 did this. I cannot wait to see how these third tier perks interact with each other. And be sure to stay tuned for further Modern Warfare 3 thoughts and analysis. Next, I'll be going over the assault rifles in-game. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to put your thoughts below. And subscribe if you have not already for further videos such like this if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys later.